Professor Ananda Bhanu is a well-known teacher and researcher in the field of anthropology. The monograph, The Jalanakan of Kerala, written by Ananda Bhanu, was based on his longest fieldwork conducted among the Jalanakan of Nilambur forest during 1977 to 1982. His masterpiece work on the Jalanakan tribes was published by the Anthropological Survey of India, Kolkata, in 1989. Professor P.K. Mishra was the research guide of Ananda Bhanu. Professor Mishra remembers the work and dedication of Ananda Bhanu.
I began to know Ananda Bhanu when he joined Anthropological Survey of India, its Southern Regional Office at Mysore. I think he joined there as a research assistant, and soon after he joined, we began to think about what research project he should get involved to. And I think earlier to that, he had done some work among the Chola Naikans along with Dr. P.R.G. Mathur. So we felt that he should really get himself involved into the research on Chola Naikans. And that's how he started his field work. And not only he did his field work for quite a long duration, but also he completed and did his PhD on the Chola Naikan. I must say and admit that there are not many people in the field of anthropology who have done a sustained field work for such a long period of time among the food gatherers, and the place and the region and the very work were extremely difficult. Not only it is a dense forest area, but infested with all kinds of wild animals and many other things here. When I was associated with him, and that was way back in late 70s, and then of course he was also my colleague in the Tribal Research Center, where you were doing fieldwork among a tribe in Tamil Nadu.
That is Irulas.
Irula and all, no.
This Malayalis.
Malayalis, okay. And where you
Spanians of Kapala.
All right. Now, this aspect needs to be underlined because his major fieldwork is among the Chola Naikans, and that was extraordinary because living conditions among the Chola Naikans were certainly extraordinary and something very, very different for various reasons. And for anybody to stay for such a prolonged period of time on such a hostile situation was extraordinary. So that, I think, goes to the credit of Bhanu for conducting that field work, and of course his style of field work, getting completely involved into the community and becoming friendly with them and continue to stay over there. So the sincerity and devotion with which he continued to stay over there, I think, is the hallmark of his achievement as an anthropologist, and perhaps, I'm sure, this must have also got reflected in his teaching.
Ananda Bhanu lived with the Jalanakan in Nilambur forest for 16 months in 4 spells of 4 months duration. His first exposure to Jalanakan was in 1974. The Jalanakan were pre-literate and pre-agriculturist during the time of his research almost 50 years ago. But still some of them continue to be in the food-gathering stage. Prolonged fieldwork on the Jalanakan enabled Dr. Ananda Bhanu to collect primary data on subsistence technologies, pattern of distribution of resources, food sharing, territorial mechanism, etc. He presented his findings in several seminars and published several articles besides his masterpiece book on the Jalanakan.
And here for the Chola Naikan, for example, food sharing, it's a long process, and I remember Dr. Misraji has seen, because cooking is only at one time in the evening. They start cooking in the evening, and maybe within an hour, when the food is ready, suppose there are 3 families, the first family which completed cooking, that family starts serving first.
While working in the Tribal Research Center of Tamil University, Dr. Ananda Bhanu conducted 3 important studies. He studied the Paniyas and Mullakurumbas of Kapala in Gudlur district of Tamil Nadu, Sericulture program on the Malayalas and the family-oriented welfare programs on the Malayalas in South Arcot district of Tamil Nadu.
Survey of India most probably in 77 or 78?
No, 77.
77. And then we decided that you will work among the Chola Nayakans. And I was telling...
You had asked me to continue my work because I was doing the same work in private research center
Exactly.
earlier. When I joined, you suggested that I should continue for another 3-4 years. And we had to bring out a monogram. And that's why...
In fact, I was recollecting once again that there are not many anthropologists who have done such kind of a sustained field work among the food gathering population in such a difficult area and with such amount of sincerity and devotion.
He completed his studies from the first standard to the bachelor's degree from various schools and colleges from Trivandrum. For his post-graduation, he went to the Karnataka State and completed Master of Science in Anthropology from the Karnataka University. Professor Ananda Bhanu is a native of Tiruvananthapuram district of Kerala. He was born on March 23, 1948. He is the 4th son to his parents. His father was a businessman trained in Ayurveda medicine and was providing free treatment and service to patients approached him. In 1974, after completing master's degree in anthropology from the Karnataka University, Ananda Bhanu has worked as a senior research fellow for 2.5 years under Dr. P.R.G. Muttur in the Tribal Research and Training Center, the present Kurtats, Calicut. The fellowship was granted by the Home Ministry, Government of India to study the Jalanakan of Kerala in 1974. The research among the Jalanakan continued for 1.5 years and the term was extended for 1 more year to do research among the Katanayakans of Wayanad district of Kerala. Ananda Bhanu was appointed as Senior Technical Assistant in the Anthropological Survey of India, Government of India in October 1977. In 1980, through Union Public Service Commission, Ananda Bhanu was appointed as a Research Associate in Cultural Anthropology, in the Regional Office of the Anthropological Survey of India at Mysore. While working in the Anthropological Survey of India, Ananda Bhanu got registration to do PhD in Anthropology under Dr. P.K. Mishra, who was a research guide of the University of Mysore. Dr. P.K. Mishra was the Regional Officer of the Anthropological Survey of India, Southern Regional Circle, Mysore.
Even I had predicted my monogram that the Cholanakan might become extinct because the population was declining in 1970, 79, 80, 82 and all. But now when I revisited the Cholanakan area in 2007, I found there are 10 children per family. So that itself is a great change. And I was told that there are several families where the number of children is increasing. So that itself is an indication that this group will survive and the population is steadily being increased.
Ananda Bhanu was awarded PhD degree in anthropology in 1985, while he was working as lecturer in cultural anthropology, in the Tribal Research Center of Tamil University. Later, Ananda Bhanu joined the University of Calicut as senior lecturer in the Department of Anthropology on April 1, 1986. Dr. Ananda Bhanu was promoted to the post of reader in the Department of Anthropology in 1993. When Kannur University was established in 1996, Dr. Ananda Bhanu opted to work in it, as the Department of Anthropology of the Calicut University Centre Thulassery happened to be within the jurisdiction of Kannur University. In Kannur University, Dr. Ananda Bhanu was appointed as professor in 2001 and he retired from service on March 31, 2008.
Macro generalization. You go for a macro generalization. From micro level study, either a community or a tribe or a caste or village, can be anything. Or two tribes comparative, either as many is now trying to do. So ultimate result is nothing but here. Once I wanted to take our students for field work to Wayanad, some area, and I went for an exploratory research for the pilot study, where facilities are available for students to stay. Then availability and the skills of the researcher. Researcher means if it is a teamwork, or if you are doing alone, it's okay, you know your skill. And you also is aware of, you are also aware of the guide and the skills, capabilities. And that's why if you are not sure of these two things, then the research will never succeed. You should know best about you, how much you know, whether you are competent to do this topic. You may be competent to do any research, but you select a topic, whether you are competent to do this topic, will have to be decided while preparing research to this time. Okay?
From April 1, 1986 to March 31, 2008, he was teaching anthropology to a lot of students and he was a good research guide for many students, not only for anthropology but also for many allied disciplines, history, economics, and even botany. It was Professor Ananda Bhanu who established a laboratory for biological anthropology and archaeological anthropology in the department. Professor Bhanu also established an anthropology museum in the department. Professor Ananda Bhanu was the head of the Department of Anthropology for 18 years and during these period who developed the Department of Anthropology to its present status. Altogether, he had 32 years of service in the field of anthropology till his official retirement. During his 10 years of service in the University of Calicut, Dr. Ananda Bhanu was a member of Academic Council, Senate and Chairman of Board of Studies in Anthropology. Dr. Ananda Bhanu worked for 12 years in the Kannur University and he was a member of all academic and administrative bodies of Kannur University such as Kannur University Planning Board for 2 terms in 2000 and 2006, Dean of Faculty of Social Sciences during 2002 to 2004. Member of Syndicate during 2002 to 2004, Chairman of Board of Studies in Anthropology, Member of Academic Council, Senate and Faculty. In addition, Ananda Bhanu was nominated as Member of Senate and Academic Council of the Cochin University of Science and Technology during 2003 to 2007 and 2006 to 2008 respectively. Professor Ananda Bhanu was appointed as a subject expert for the selection of Class 1 posts in anthropology by the Union Public Service Commission, New Delhi, during 2013 to 2015. Dr. Ananda Bhanu was appointed as a subject expert for anthropology examinations by the Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission, Karnataka Public Service Commission, Kerala Public Service Commission, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, Madras University, and Mysore University. Dr. Ananda Bhanu was appointed as Chairman, Board of Examinations of Anthropology by the Madras University during 1995 to 1997. Dr. Ananda Bhanu was holding additional charges of other departments of Kannur University, such as the Director of Center for Legal Studies for 6 months during 2000 and 2001, Head in charge of the Institute of English and Foreign Languages, Head in charge of the Department of Applied Economics, Head of the Research Center at the Central Library of Kannur University, Campus Director of Thulassery Campus for 4 years and the Registrar of Kannur University for about 6 months in 2005. In 1995, the Government of India nominated Dr. Ananda Bhanu as one among the 5 anthropologists for Jarawa and Sentinelese expedition organized by Andaman and Nicobar administration at Port Blair. Dr. Ananda Bhanu was a recognized research guide of both the University of Calicut and Kannur University. 6 candidates have obtained PhD degree in anthropology under the guidance of Dr. Ananda Bhanu. Baby Francis Kolarani, M. Shasikumar, Bindu Ramachandran, M.S. Mahendrakumar, M.P. Tamadharan and E. Sona received doctoral degrees under the guidance of Dr. Ananda Bhanu. Dr. Ananda Bhanu was the director and coordinator of 2 national research projects such as India's Villages, which was sponsored by UNESCO and Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts, New Delhi in 2000. And the Rural Infrastructure Project sponsored by National Council of Applied Economic Research, New Delhi in 2001. During 2005 to 2007, Dr. Ananda Bhanu has conducted a research project entitled Cancer Epidemiology with the research grant of the University Grants Commission. The Department of Anthropology of Kannur University was considered for UGC Special Assistance Program for 5 years from 2007 to 2012 on the basis of the project proposal prepared by Dr. Ananda Bhanu, Professor and Head of the Department of Anthropology during 2005 to 2006. Dr. Ananda Bhanu has published 3 books and 52 articles, which consists of 23 original papers in edited books and 29 articles in national and international journals and encyclopedias. The book, The Jalanakan of Kerala, was selected as the best monograph on tribes published in 1994 by the International School of Dravidian Linguistics, Tiruvananthapuram, and given a national award to Dr. Ananda Bhanu in 1994. In 2013, Professor Ananda Bhanu was invited to attend the 10th International Conference on Hunting and Gathering Societies held in the University of Liverpool in United Kingdom from June 22 to June 30, 2013. Professor Ananda Bhanu presented a paper on the Jalanakan and later the paper was published in the journal, The Eastern Anthropologists in 2014. Professor P.K. Mishra, Professor V. Selvakumar and Dr. Sita Kakis were the other anthropologists invited from India to this international conference. In UK, Professor Ananda Bhanu could meet a few eminent anthropologists like Professor James Woodburn, Professor Richard B. Lee, Professor Peter M. Gardner, Professor Kirk M. Endicott, Professor Brian Morris, Professor Nurith Bird David, Professor Krista Nordstrom and others. After retirement from the Department of Anthropology of Kannur University, Professor Ananda Bhanu became the chairman of the Management Committee of the Alan Feldman Public School Tiruvananthapuram for the last 17 years. The contributions of Professor Ananda Bhanu in the field of research and teaching is very unique. Dr. Francis Kolarani says about the style of research guidance of Professor Ananda Bhanu.
I'm happy to recall my memories about Professor B. Ananda Bhanu, whom I met for the first time when he was a research scholar at Kerala Institute for Research Training and Development Studies of cease and desist the crypt arts, where he was a research scholar. I had gone to the institute while I was a student for doing my first MSc in anthropology at Pune University. I had gone with the intention to explore the possibility of doing my dissertation on a topic in Kerala, and I wanted to discuss the matter with Professor Ananda Bhanu, who was of course then B. Ananda Bhanu, the younger brother of Professor Vijay Bhanu. I passed out from Pune in the year 1976, and Professor Bhanu, Dr. Bhanu, and then me were also selected as senior technical assistants at Southern Regional Center of the Anthropological Survey of India. And in a short period, probably in 1992, I registered under Professor Bhanu as his first doctoral student, and I was awarded my degree in PhD in the year 1996, middle of 1996. And the topic, of course, as I had already planned, the emergence of a small town in tribal Wayanad, a case study of Pulpalli. And of course, this is a tribute to the scholar, academician Professor Bhanu, and I salute his continuous. One thing which I have learned from Professor Bhanu is that one should stick on to the area of interest which we form at the formative stage of our career. And I salute Bhanu that he has continued his interest in the study of the food gatherers and persons, especially the Cholanaikan of Kerala.
Now you are working as a Joint Director of Anthropological Survey of India. So
yes.
You did your MA from University of Calicut and did PhD under Professor Ananda Bhanu, sir. Sir, can you remember the days of your studies in University of Calicut and your experience with Professor Ananda Bhanu?
Professor B. Ananda Bhanu, he was my teacher during my PG in anthropology. After that, I registered for my PhD under his guidance. He is a good teacher as well as a good guide. Actually, he molded us. Today, if I have become something, it is his contribution in molding us, in teaching us.
Dr. Shasikumar, the present Joint Director of the Anthropological Survey of India, says about the qualities of Professor Ananda Bhanu.
I remember the days he has taken us to the field. Our field was in Tirunelli of Wayanad district, where we conducted field work among the Adiyans of Wayanad. It's one of the tribal community of Kerala. So he was very good in guiding us in the field. He already had the experience. He used to share his experience when he worked among the Cholanaikan, the cave dwellers of Kerala. So that with that background, he guided us in the field, and we could come out with a very good ethnography on the Adiyan community of Tirunelli. Then when we joined for PhD under his guidance, he guided us in every respect, and he will give the minute details, and that of course helped us in completing the study within a stipulated time frame. The greatest thing I ever remember is the next day after my PG result, I went and met him in his chamber. Then he has given me a letter saying that this is an introductory letter. You go to Trivandrum and meet Mr. T. Madhava Menon, the former Vice Chancellor of the Kerala Agricultural University, and he is undertaking a research project, a project of Encyclopedia of Dravidian Tribes. So then he given me a letter, and he also talked about Professor V.I. Subramaniam, who was the founder of the International School of Dravidian Linguistics. And with that letter, the next day after the result is out, I went to Trivandrum and I met Mr. Madhav Menon. Of course, that is another turning point in my career that helped me to develop my interest in anthropology, in anthropological studies, and in building a career in anthropology. And of course, I spent almost 8 to 9 years with Sri T. Madhav Menon as the associate editor of the Encyclopedia of Dravidian Tribes, which have been published in 3 volumes. That shows his confidence in me, and because of that, because there were other students as well we are all passed out MA Anthropology, but I don't know why he has selected me for this job. And the meeting with T. Madhav Menon and his works, that is another turning point in my life, and the works with Professor V.I. Subramaniam, the great linguist of the country of that period. So the training which I got under Madhav Menon after Dr. Bhanu, that shaped my career, and of course for that I have to very, very thankful my teacher and guide, Professor Ananda Bhanu. He always keep in touch with me. He's not only my teacher and guide, but something more than that. And what I am today, and if I am sitting in this chair, that is, I owe a lot to Professor B. Ananda Bhanu.
Professor Ananda Bhanu receiving Professor P. K. Rajan Memorial Excellence Award from the Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala in 2006, which was constituted by Kannur University for the best teacher. Professor Ananda Bhanu is happily live with his family. He has wife and 2 daughters. The daughters are married and living in Trivandrum. His wife is the most supportive person throughout his life. Professor Ananda Bhanu is a great teacher and mentor in the field of anthropology, and he is the pioneer of anthropology teaching in Kerala. His contributions to the field of teaching and research are unique in many respects.